Oh, Carey, are you at home? Here it is. Here he is. Yeah. Hi. Hi. How do you do? Fine. Johannes from Folk Friends. You just promised to show how you produce your whistles.
Absolutely. Welcome to Parks Whistles.
So you promised us to show how to make a whistle from scratch. Now let's see what Carey's going to tell us.
From pipe to product. There's 15 operations total to make those pipes into a whistle. And each one has to be set up on the machine. It takes half an hour to an hour to set the machine up usually. Sometimes I get lucky and it's quicker. But with the 15 operations we end up with a whistle. I'm not sure if I make whistles so I have an excuse to use the machines or if I use the machines because I want to make whistles. Not sure which way that goes. This machine was made in Austria in 1984. My wife's uncle bought it when he retired from National Cash Register Company. And I inherited it, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I've been putting it through its paces ever since. I'm going to ream the pipe so that it has the right ID for the whistle, in this case for the D whistle. So in order to make sure things are lined up, I have a gauge here, get things set, tell the machine to go. It'll go until the stop hits. We've reamed this piece. Now I'm rounding the bottom on the outside for cosmetics and on the inside for acoustics. All right, every whistle I make, the white whistles, the black whistles, the low whistles, I have separate instructions for each one. The different kinds of plastic might require a little different operation. So I have this collection of instruction manuals where all the details are recorded so that I can do it the exact same way every time. I'm going to see where it all started. I was going out into the Everglades camping when we first moved to Florida and into the 10,000 Islands area, and would be camping on the beach in the night with a campfire and everything, and I wish I had an instrument with me to play some music. Couldn't bring a guitar or anything like that. Didn't know what to do. When I came home, I tripped over a piece of PVC pipe that was laying on the garage floor as I was putting my kayaks away. And all of a sudden I thought, well, I bet you somebody on the web has instructions how I can make a penny whistle out of PVC pipe. And there was a fellow in Italy, I'm sorry I don't remember the name right off, it's been a lot of years, but he had some instructions posted. I made a whistle, kind of worked, made another one, worked better, and just kept improving it and improving it, still improving it today. Okay, so I showed you making the ID, reaming out the pipe. I'm not going to bother showing you how I turn these joints or the head where the mouthpiece goes. Once it's to this point, I send it off and I have it laser engraved. No holes yet. I send it off to be engraved once I can assemble it. Then when they come back, I cut the windway. This piece comes out, you'll see, and makes the windway. We have the tone ring and the mouthpiece that is a simple matter of turning an OD and then parting off a couple pieces.
Could you please explain what's on your t-shirt?
Oh, well, this t-shirt came from the Swannanoa Gathering Celtic Week. It's a week where all the Irish players in the world, all the rock stars, Liz Carroll, Kevin Crawford, you name it, everybody's there. And I was in Kevin Crawford's flute class, and of course the flute class and the fiddle class always have a little contest going on. So on Friday when we did our presentation, did our little 2-minute talent show, we decided to wear these t-shirts. They were made by a person in the class while we were there. Quite impressive. And so I thought it would be appropriate to show this around a little bit. Take that, fiddles.
Okay.
Okay, now it doesn't look very important, but these little pieces of plastic that don't allow the air to flow smoothly will cause the whistle to hiss and not be clear. So I'm cleaning up all the little pieces of plastic. Sometimes I wonder if I would have to wear this if I was a younger man. I'm also rounding the labium, the lip of the ramp, so that it looks like a small version of an airplane wing, you know, sort of rounded. It's not sharp to a point. That gives the air something to push against and then flip one side to the other. So now we'll take a fipple and a tone ring and a mouthpiece. I have a gauge here that will place the fipple in the exact spot. Put the mouthpiece on. Now we'll make a slit in the tone ring here. Make sure the tone ring is a little bigger than the wind wave. Now we can see what it sounds like. Sounds pretty good. Okay. And you thought I just put these in boxes and sent them to you. So this edge on the jig holds the windway to keep the orientation of the whistle vertical while we cut the space for your lip to go. Put the smoother one in. Smooth it off a little bit. Take the sharp corners off. And we're getting there. Okay, now we have a whistle. A whistle head, anyway. Let's go find a body for it.
Okay, I didn't realize manufacturing a whistle is so complicated.
You know, and the most tricky thing is invisible. It's something that I didn't understand when I first got started. How hard could it be? Make 6 holes in a whistle, 7 count in there, and make it play. But what happens when you get a standing wave in a pipe, that wave actually bounces back and forth, pressure, vacuum, but the air has momentum, so it comes out the whistle, so the effective length of the whistle is actually about a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch longer than what you see physically here. So when you're playing in the low register, that's half a wavelength. It's some percent, some small percent of the whistle length. When you play in the upper register, now we've got a full wavelength, and that same amount of invisible whistle is sticking out the end, and that's why your second register is flat compared to your first register. You have to blow harder to sharpen it up. So I try and do what I can to make that balance work in a cylindrical pipe. That's why flutes are tapered.